So we have your signed deed, we have all of the title paperwork, everything we need to close. Your attorney can hold on to it, deliver it to the closing table, and you just sit back and wait for your checks.
Hey folks, Cameron Stewart here with eXp Realty out of Rome, New York, serving you right here in the Mohawk Valley. I'm talking with Colin LaReaux from Goldbas LaReaux Attorneys at Law in downtown Utica, the Adirondack Bank building to be specific. Colin, what's going on, buddy? How are you today?
I'm doing very well, Cameron. How about yourself?
I am hanging in there. Thank you so much. Folks, we wanted to go a little bit over out-of-state closings. Oddly enough, sometimes there's people moving to New York State from other states, which baffles us sometimes. But there are also people leaving the state, of course, or just not in the area where they're buying. They might be on Buffalo, they might be down in Binghamton, and they're buying a house in the Mohawk Valley. And it is possible to close on a home and not be in the area. Is that correct, Colin? If I was selling my home, do I need to be in Utica on closing day if I was, let's say, in Texas?
No, you don't. And first of all, let me say I love it when we have out-of-state buyers or out of the area buyers, because this is my hometown. Cameron, it's yours as well. I love the influx of people coming in. I think the Mohawk Valley's seeing a real big resurgence, so it's a great thing. And I'm always excited when we have someone call and say, hey, I'm moving to Utica, I'm moving to Westmoreland, I'm moving to Rome from Texas or Oklahoma or wherever. It's a great thing. But certainly, so let's say you're selling your place here and or buying, right? You do not need to be physically present. This is the digital age. COVID-19 has really changed the way we do business. Cameron and I are two different locations, and we're both talking to you together, right? So you do not need to be physically present. If you're selling a home, you can ask your attorney to prepare the closing documents in advance. They can send them out to you. You sign, you send it back, they review. Everything's good to go. We hold them in escrow, right? So we have your signed deed. We have all of the title paperwork, everything we need to close. Your attorney can hold on to it, deliver it to the closing table, and you just sit back and wait for your check. So as a seller, you can do everything in advance, and you can also sign what's called a POA, a power of attorney, to allow someone else to act on your behalf. You would have an agent, right? So power of attorney, you would give your POA to an agent who would appear and step into your shoes to sign documents. You can use your attorney to do that. You sign a POA to allow for that limited purpose of closing title on that home.
And guys, I'm sure Colin will vouch for me. There's, I would say particularly investors that sell their homes. They're not living in the area anymore. Sure, Colin, you have experience with that. So selling your home and not being in the area, it might take a few days longer with the mailing process, but ultimately not an issue. And Colin, if I was a buyer and I was buying a house in the Mohawk Valley, but I lived elsewhere, is there anything different there, or can we still facilitate that?
We certainly can facilitate that. Kind of the same process. You can have a power of attorney, someone sign the documents for you. It's really just your comfort level. If you trust the property, you trust your attorney or your agent to do a lot of the work for you, you certainly can close. It depends on what the lender says as well, but we certainly can have a closing done virtually. Again, we've had some crazy stuff with COVID-19, and we figured out ways to get them done. But you certainly can have someone sign for you, close those documents, make sure everything is on par.
Yeah, and I'll tell you guys too, even before COVID, I myself have some personal experience with helping soldiers relocate to Fort Drum, the Watertown area, and that's well before COVID. You had soldiers buying houses, and they're still in Germany. Okay, it's 2021. Video tours, we can do video tours. Don't be afraid to buy a house sight unseen. It's not the most optimal. Of course, we'd love to get you in, but I myself as an agent can do the final walkthrough for you on video, FaceTime, let's say, okay? And we have the procedures in place to be able to facilitate that. So definitely possible to get this done as long as you have the right people in place. So Colin, if someone needs to get a hold of you about this, how do they do so?
Sure. So Colin LaReaux from Goldbas LaReaux Attorneys at Law. We're at 185 Genesee Street in the Adirondack Bank building, the 9th floor, downtown Utica. My email address, Colin, Colin, at goldbaslaw.com, and my phone number, 315-724-2248.
Thanks, Colin. Now, folks, you can reach me at 315-351-2765. I hope this video helped out a lot. You don't have to be here to close on a property, whether you're selling it or whether you're buying it. Colin, thanks for joining me. And folks, we hope to speak to you soon.